Okay, so in this video, I am talking directly to writers. Writers, if you are not using every tool in your belt, let me change that. Right now, there is a game that just recently came out called Deathloop, and they made it only for the PS5 and PC. Now, that's the company's choice. The company has the right to say, no, we're only selling to PS5s. However, not everybody owns a PS5. PS5s are hard to get at this point in time. Not everybody likes PlayStations. And computers are too costly to constantly be upgrading and to have all the best stuff that you need to run a brand new game. And even then, there's still no guarantee that the game's going to work perfectly. Look at Cyberpunk. Now, I know I'm probably talking gibberish if you're not a gamer, but here's my point. The company that released Deathloop was Bethesda, and Bethesda only marketed that game as an exclusive PS5 game. Whereas if they had made it exclusive to Sony, then they could have sold it on the PS5 and the PS4 and the PC. But no, they said, no, we're only doing PC and PS5. They're cutting a fraction of their customer base out. And that fraction is quite a large fraction because not everybody has a PS5 and not everybody has a high enough computer that can run that game. You know what a lot of people probably do have is a PS4. Because not everybody is rich enough to go out and drop $1,000 on PS5s that aren't coming out right now, even though they've been out for over a year. And you know what? Still at that point, they're cutting their cost in half, or they're cutting their revenue in half because they're not including Xbox. The new Xbox, which is just as rare as the PS5s, or the Xbox One. Now, maybe there's some technical reason why they can't, but they could say, give us a month and we'll release a version for the PS4s, for the Xbox Ones, for the Xbox, whatever, X Series X, whatever. I'm not a big Xbox person, so I don't know. But my point is, sell it to everybody so everybody who plays a game that wants to play your game will go pick your game up. Because like I said, I have a PS4 and I would gladly have gone and bought this game on the day of release. But it was only for PS5. And I cannot afford a PS5 until they start mass producing them and they go back to their $4.99 price tag or cheaper. So, what does this have to do with audiobooks, you're wondering? Well, if you're only selling an ebook, you're cutting out the other half of the readers who pick up paperbacks. If you are not putting out audiobooks, you are cutting out people who don't have time to sit down and read, but drive in a car and have plenty of time to listen to an audiobook. I'm one of those people. I do not, with my writing, with my marketing, with this YouTube channel, with my regular job, with raising my daughter, I do not have all the time in the world to just sit down and read a book. I have too much other stuff I have to work on. But in my regular job, I'm a delivery driver, which means I spend a good portion of my shift in my car, driving around town. Now, I could be listening to an audiobook, or I could be listening to music. If you release a book that I want to hear, I'll probably get the audiobook. So there are is where it's the same. If you're only releasing it for certain content, like, ebook and paperback, then you're cutting out the audiobook people. Why not sell to everyone so you can make as much money as possible? That's my point. That's the thing I wanted to say in this video, mainly to the writers. But how do you do this? So let's say you went through KDP. Now you're going to go to ACX, create an account. Then you're going to go up to add your title. You're going to search for your name. And when you do, it'll pull up your book or books. And you can scroll through and find the book you want to turn into an audiobook. Once there, you just click "This is my book," and you continue on through the process. It'll tell you what to do. It'll tell you what you need. And then, as soon as you're done with that, you can start going through browsing people to narrate these books for you. So, if you want to know what you should be looking for, I don't know about other authors, but what I personally look for is I look at, first I need to find the right voice. I don't care what it says on what they're talking about. I'm listening to the voice. I'm listening to what they're saying and how they're saying it. Are they keeping me engaged? Do I want to continue hearing this person talk? Yes? Okay, moving on. Do they have a good volume quality to their voice? Can they reach the right kind of range? Meaning, can they go scary? Can they go kind? Can they mimic the person or people in my book? If the answer is yes, then I click on their page. Now I listen to where at most of the times they'll have more examples, and I listen through all the other examples they have. I look at what they're willing to do as far as their price. If their price matches what I'm willing to match, then I will send them a message. Now, you can send them an offer, but most times you're just tying up your book. Don't send an offer, send a message. Say, "Hey, I listened to your samples, and I'd be interested in, getting you to try out for my book. I think you'd be a great fit." Something nice, something kind. Let them know you listen to the examples on their page, that you like their profile, and you would really like to work with them. Because if you send an offer, you got 24 hours, 48 hours, and 72 hours. If you pick any of those options for that much time, your book sort of gets locked. Where you can't send out offers to anyone else. So start by sending a message. See if that person's interested. If they are, great. Maybe they'll, get them to audition. Hear the audition. Make absolutely sure this is who you want. If not, if they can't handle the audition, they may not be the right fit. But if you've gotten this far, you should be pretty confident on their ability already. And listening to their example of your audition should give you a great jumping point. And make sure that when you upload your audition, that you're uploading something you want to hear. Even if you have to write something fresh and new, or take something from another book, or take something from your own book, make sure you're getting what you want to hear them say, so you know what range they can hit and where do you think that the greatest problem for a narrator is going to be in your book. Use that as a way to test them. Can they do it for your book? and then move on from there. Once you hear the audition, if you're good to go, you can send them an offer then. And I usually say give them about a week for the first 15 minutes, and then give them 3 weeks to a month for the finished product. I mean, it shouldn't. I mean, if your book is extremely long, maybe go longer. Talk with them. Maybe exchange your business email, which hopefully you have a business email and a website and all that jazz, and Twitter and a Facebook and all kinds of social media. Because once this is done, you're going to want to share this. And here's the great thing for all you authors is that after you make a audiobook on ACX, they're going to give you free codes to give away. You could give them to family. You could give them to friends. You could give them to random people. That's what I do. I give my free codes away to random people on this YouTube channel. So give them out. Let the people have something for free and say, all I'm asking, if I give you this code, is that you listen to it, give me a review. If you could, that'd be great. And, listening takes maybe a little less time out of people's lives. People are more likely to listen to something, while they're performing a task or something. So why not, create that audiobook so you can make more money? And then if these people do honestly leave reviews, that's more reviews for you and better service for, your fans. And then you can, really promote this out there. Say, hey, look, I'm giving this away for, whatever reason. You want a free audiobook? Here's a code. Me, personally, on this channel, I'll have a link below in the description, but I actually do audiobook reviews, which nobody on YouTube, as far as I know, does except me. Or maybe it's just a small niche, but I mean, I don't have time to read a book. So what I do is I listen to books and then I do reviews of those audiobooks. So where I don't just review the author, I'm reviewing the narrator too. So I'm promoting two people at the same time. So make sure you're working tightly with your narrator so you can get out the best product and get the best review. And that's about all I have to say for this video for right now. If I think of more, I'll gladly probably do another video where I talk about more. So writers, go out there. Like I said, there's ACX. Link to that will be in the description for you. There's also other platforms, Findaway Voices. I'm sure there's more. You can even do the audio. If you go on ACX, there's actually an option. If you have enough confidence in yourself and your ability to speak to your audience and read your book, you can record the entire book yourself. There are authors out there that do that. I've reviewed an author on this channel who's, a Hollywood actor who wrote a book series and then actually produced his own audiobooks. So it's not uncommon for an author to actually read their own book. So maybe that's the route you want to take, and you can just upload and then you don't have to pay nobody nothing. It's all profit for you. Just make sure that if you're going to do that, you go check out the other video where I tell the narrators what they need to look out for when they're uploading or working with authors on ACX. So, because I've run into a lot of problems on both ends. So, I want to try to give this to you guys, my fellow writers. And yeah, that's about it for today. So, if you found this helpful, remember, I do audiobook reviews. So once you get your audiobook done, feel free to contact me through my YouTube channel here or on Facebook. I have a business email, which you can find on my website, which will have a link in the comments below or link in the description below. And yeah, I will gladly. I like doing audiobook reviews, and I'd love to hear yours. So make sure to subscribe. Click that notification bell so you're notified the second a new video goes up, because you never know, if you give me an audio code, I might be releasing your audiobook review. And I will talk to you all next time.